Hey friends, Justin here. So I just finished watching Civil War, the new A24 film. And wow, it was allegorical, it was graphic, it was tragic. It was a real reminder of the realities of war, and that's something that we'll talk about. It stars Kirsten Dunst, who is one of my favorites, one of my heroes from growing up and acting. I've been a fan of hers since Interview with the Vampire, but she's kind of a famed Reuters journalist at the end of her career who's shepherding, I'll say, some weaker, more excited journalists to the center of the action. The United States is falling, and we're in a civil war amongst ourselves. Jessie Plemmons, who is also one of my favorites, has a really poignant line in the film where he asks someone, what kind of American are you? Someone says to him, I'm an American, you look at me, do you understand me? And he says, what kind of American are you? And it's such an interesting line because it gets into the minutia of Civil War and the silliness of it. Really, really compelling performances, really graphic. I think it doesn't tease you as the film watcher, but it teaches you a lesson. It says, if you want war, here's war. And there are clips in the film of real world conflicts and some of the violence and genocide that really takes place in war zones. And it kind of asks you, is this what you wanted to see? And pretty quickly in the film, you say, okay, I've had enough of seeing these really graphic, violent scenes, and then it starts really telling a more compelling story. I didn't expect anything less from A24, which is one of my favorite, studios doing it today. A24 Focus Features, um, Film 4, and a couple of other studios, but to really tell a compelling humanistic story, to reel you in with the threat of violence and civil war. And there is that in the film, but it's also a film about humanity and drawing lines where there aren't any, and taking care of yourself, past, present, and future. As Kirsten Dunst is able to shepherd a new and upcoming journalist into the realities of war, the reality of the human condition. And that's what you walk away from this film ultimately understanding more of, is the human condition. And, you know, I'll leave it up to you to determine whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, whether, the realities of humanity is ultimately positive. But it was really an eye-opening and educational film. I would say if you're really sensitive to graphic violence, then this one is not for you. Um, but really compelling performances. Jesse Plemons is just on another level. Every moment that he's on screen, you feel the tension. It's unbelievable. So it's just a shame for Jesse Plemons that his performance was so short. He was only in it for a couple of scenes, but Kirsten Dunst is also amazing. A really good character work all around. Have you seen Civil War? What adjectives do you use to describe this film? It was a clever misdirect. I thought they did a good job with the misdirect, but I ultimately felt a little beat over the head with the graphicness of some of the violence that they showed. So, what were your thoughts? I'd rate this film, I'm going to say a 3.8 out of 5. Enjoyed, but probably I'm on the fence about watching again. Share your thoughts below if you enjoyed. Leave this video a like, a comment, and please consider subscribing to Movies with Justin for more content. And until next time, guys, cheers.